Welcome to another episode of the Popko Project Podcast. Today I'm joined by S8NT ELEKTRIC. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it. Now, since this is a podcast to promote music, anyone listening or watching, stop it now, pause it, because they've got a new album out. It's available streaming everywhere, and it is called Off the Edge. So go stream that, then come back and listen to me ramble. But yeah, new album. That's exciting.
Yeah.
We're very stoked on it.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But before that, for anyone just discovering you, who is S8NT ELEKTRIC in your own words?
We are a pop metal band that lives off the edge, inspiring our listeners and our fan base to push themselves to their limits, face their fears, do the things they always dreamed of doing, and living a memorable life.
That's a good message.
Yeah.
We all need that right now, right? The world's crazy.
Yep.
It's true. It's true.
And where are you guys from? How did this band come together?
So we're LA-based, but the band started. She's from Texas, and we actually met online 7 years ago.
Okay.
And first we were friends, then we started kind of like online dating, and we were long distance for a year. She had not sung or anything at that point, and during COVID, she moved in, and we moved in together. And 2 years later, after that, she came to me and she's like, "I want to start a band. I want to sing." Without any experience singing before that, I'd been doing music and playing guitar and things like that. And we just said, I just said, "Let's go for it. Let's do it." And now we're here.
Yeah.
Ambitious. I love it.
Yep.
Now, what's that like for you? I mean, you just one day woke up and said, I want to be in a band. I want to do a band.
Well, I mean, when I was little, I always wanted to. Like, I loved music growing up. It was like always playing when I wake up in my house for breakfast. Like, it was just always on literally almost every type of genre. And I played different instruments. Like starting in elementary, I was playing piano, but didn't really like enjoy that. I was in guitar, and I really wanted to play guitar and took lessons. My uncle got me like a super awesome, regular Fender guitar, like really nice electric guitar as my first guitar. Didn't like it, and it's not that I didn't like it. I didn't want to practice, and I feel like if I didn't want to practice, that means I didn't want to do it enough. You know what I mean? To get good. And then that's like a little bit later, but in fifth grade, my mom put me in this after school singing program, at a school, and all the girls around me, they sing very angelic and falsetto and just very beautiful. And I just knew I couldn't do that. I felt like where I wanted to sing was from my stomach. And I mean, being 8 or 9 years old and singing loud and belty, I don't know, for me, I was very nervous because it's just loud. You know what I mean? Anyways, I did a performance. And after that performance, I was like, hell no. I was like, I did not sound good, but it's just so funny because 3 or 4 months ago, I just found this random SD card. I don't even know how. I've moved so many times. And that performance was on there. And I listened to it, and I was like, I was actually pretty good. I was like, but you know what? Things happen for a reason. If I would have pursued it, I probably would not be here right now. Or I would not be doing this band or things like that, But, I was very inspired by him. He's my best friend. We've been together for 7 years already. And, I just thought it was really cool. I guess unconsciously that he was really pursuing things that he wanted to do in the arts. And I just always wanted to do that because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I thought I wanted to be an A&R. I thought I wanted to just be behind the scenes, I guess, in music, but I wasn't giving myself the proper, push that I could be more than helping somebody. I could which that's great too. That's amazing. But I feel like I could do really set my goals where I really want to be, So yeah, I was just painting one day during COVID and listening to music, and then just all of a sudden, I just swear, I tell people a fairy or some crazy voice just was start it. In my head, I was like, huh, and I just never thought about it. I was like, I definitely feel like I can talk. I dance. I love to just be out there and stuff. And I was like, I just don't know how to sing. I think I could figure that out. Honestly, if I definitely feel for me, and I just sometimes believe in higher things or, callings or whatever. But if I don't think the person I am right now, not that I haven't grown, but like I don't know if I could have started a band right now, if that makes sense. I just feel like in that moment was that specific moment, like 4.5, 5 years ago, whatever talked to me or whatever idea came in my head, like that was like what I was supposed to do, like because it's so ambitious and it's so crazy and there's so much hard work. And now at this point, like so much hard work that was into it, like I don't know. But it's just crazy, how it all happened. Now I'm here and I'm so grateful. Like literally just thrown into the fire. But I really enjoy it, and it's definitely I think been the biggest blessing in my life because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and now I really feel like I have a purpose higher than just me like performing and singing songs, but with the world we're trying to create, I feel like I have a higher calling to like help other people find what they want to be, whether it's music or starting a law firm or like working on themselves. It doesn't matter, but I don't know, being able to find this for myself, I'd love to help other people, and just with whatever lyrics I can help, or just being that person, be like, she just started it out of nowhere, like I can do anything else too.
I love that. You found your way.
Yeah.
And you're right, though. If you had, pursued that at a younger age, you wouldn't be where you are right now. It's kind of funny how those things work.
Yeah.
You could like make one like different turn in life, and like your life could be completely different. I think about that a lot. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older now and like just kind of reflecting on my life. But yeah, it's a cool feeling.
Yeah, it definitely is, because like there have been times like maybe a few years ago I'm like, man, I wish I would have started younger. I wish I should have started younger. And then like this past year and like everything, I've just been like, wow, like I definitely probably would not be in LA. I'd probably be trying to do something else by myself or whatever, and I wouldn't want to do that. I don't really like being by myself. I like being in a band. So yeah.
Now, Nico, you said that you were always kind of in. Oh, bless you. You were always kind of in bands and things like that. Um, I don't think this is a weird question, but like, you guys are dating and you kind of have, your space and she kind of has, what she has going on. How'd you feel when she kind of came up to you and said, I want to do this and kind of enter the world that you've kind of been living in? Like, how did that kind of come together?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think at that very beginning, because she had not like, I probably would have thought about it more if she was like a singer or did more stuff in that world. I think when she brought it up, I was just like, I didn't really think about it. I was like, okay, yeah, like let's go for it. I didn't really I think I was also, pretty like younger at the time, obviously. It's like 4.5, 5 years ago, and I didn't realize how much work it actually takes to be in a successful band business kind of thing, as much as we do now. Because now it's like, we do all our own production, and we have to coordinate these crazy music videos with whatever drift cars and all this other stuff that we're doing, and social media and branding and all this other things that you don't think about when you're a kid who wants to just rock on stage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I didn't really think about it. I was just kind of like, let's go for it. And then it became like something I just kind of poured my whole like soul into, pretty much, for, until now. So.
And when did it go from, just making music to like, this is a real band?
That's also a good question. I think the first couple years we were playing, we played a lot of shows, we did some stuff, we did some touring, and we're like, probably other people would say we are a real band, but to me, I don't think we were, because the bands that I admire are bands that really know themselves, artists that really know themselves, and they have something to say, and they have a unique sound, they know their angle and what makes it unique, and they're making a big statement, and they're taking a big chance. And we weren't doing that the first couple years. We were just a band. Like, I don't even know how to describe what we were doing. We were just a rock band, and we were good. We had some good shows and stuff, whatever. But it wasn't until 2 years ago, which is about when we started recording this album, that we really sat down with each other and figured out like what do we have to add to the endless like rock band, you know, world. Like what do we have to say that's different? And that's when it kind of came up. Like even though we were in the rock scene, of course, there was a feeling like we don't really belong here. Like we're not part of the cool kids club of this whole like, you know, we're in LA, so there's a lot of bands that are very inspired by the whole LA grimy kind of like drugs and rock and roll, like that whole vibe, and everyone's trying to be cool and like trying to do that thing, and like we never fit into that. So I think when we sat down, we're like, that's not our strength. We're never going to be those people. We're never, you know, we like different things. We like working out and you know, martial arts, and we like going on hikes, and we like doing, you know, skydiving or whatever. So we decided we'd be a band for those people. And that's when we came up with the Off the Edge saying, which is kind of a rebellion to the whole living on the edge, you know, thing, which I love all those bands that were about that. I love all the music that came out of that. But that was when I felt like we really became like a real band.
Does the band life that you just explained, kind of like the drugs and stuff like that, does that still exist? Because I feel like these days, especially, you know, there's younger people like starting out, right? People are more health conscious, and it is a business. You can't be out, you know, getting hammered drunk and like, you know, getting sloppy because people have cell phones, and like one bad performance that's going to go viral. Maybe that's good. But yeah, I feel like it's just like a different world these days. We're no longer, you know, the Rolling Stones that where that's kind of cool and stuff like that. Does it still exist?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think so. So I'm from Texas, from this place called Edinburgh, Texas. So like McAllen, like SpaceX, South Padre Island. Like I don't know if you know where any of that is, but
Yeah.
like it's like the very tip, Texas. And when I go over there, it's different. Like there's not this whole like it's different music, obviously. Like that's more like centered there. But I mean, people party and they go out, but like this type of like grimy, like slimy, like I can't explain it. Like I'm trying to be like cool and like yeah, like I want to be like back then and live in the past and stuff. I mean, like if people are into that, good, you're living off the edge in your own way, right? But like, I mean, but like, yeah, over here it's different. Like you go on Sunset and like people are trying to relive the past, and it shows. Or people our age are trying to be exactly like that. And I think it just comes with the territory, because like when I go home, no one has like a bunch of tattoos. No one is just wearing like leather jackets every turn you take on Sunset Boulevard. You know, when I go home, people are wearing cowboy boots and jean jackets. Very different. And I think it just depends on the territory and the music scene that you're in as well. I mean, I can't speak for everything, because like obviously like I've seen it. I've seen people and I've stopped talking to them. Like I've created my own world and stuff. And so, I mean, I still see it. I see it on social media. I see it like, you know, but at least for us, we just don't want to be a part of that, you know?
Especially because right now it's a very big like revival kind of period. Like people are really into reviving the 90s, the 80s. That's a really popular thing. And like trying to kind of emulate like those kinds of personalities, and, you know, that lifestyle that comes with that, which I don't think there's anything like, you know, if that's how people want to live their life, that's totally fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think
like there's nothing wrong with it. Like I'm not like some straight edge girly pop. Like I mean, like
Yeah.
some of our band members, they smoke weed. Like we'll when we play festivals, like we'll like, you know, go out. Like I mean, like I've done psychedelics. My parents know, you know. Like I'm very open about that, but I don't do it in a coping or like trying to hide my feelings
Sure.
type of way and masking until I just like, you know, it's like all the times I do that is because it's like by myself, self-reflection, like what do I need? I'm feeling, listening to music, like it's more of an artsy type of thing.
Sure.
I'm not trying to like mask and be cool and be like, yeah, I just did this, you know, and like yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, I think it just all like it just really depends on where you live, honestly.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. The name Saint Electric. I probably should have said this when I told people to go stream your music. It stands out, obviously. Saint is spelled S8NT, and then electric has a K for the first C. Talk about how that kind of came about.
Well, I had a lot of people probably do, but I had a list of like band names that just whenever I think of a cool band name, I'll write it down or whatever in my notes. And I had written down that Saint thing as like, I had it like Bad Saint, like I don't know, in my head it was like some DJ or something. So I'm like, I'm never going to use this, but whatever. And then when she wanted to start the band, we opened that list up and we're like looking through the list, and she liked that Saint spelling and whatever. So we were just cruising in the car, and then to be honest, I don't really know how it happened, but she came up with electric.
Yeah, at that time I was like really heavily into EDM, like Calvin Harris and like Rufus so more like house, I guess, but just more of like that happy, free flowing, like life is woo, type of vibe. And yeah, I just was like, honestly, I wish I could go back and wonder what I was thinking sometimes. I love it, because it stands out, but I wonder, but say electric, and the K is because his name is Nico, but legally it's Nico, but he has it everywhere as Niko. So I just changed it to to ELEK as in honor of him changing his K. So that's surprisingly, like, there is a lot of meaning into the name. Like, it's kind of somehow well thought, but yeah, it's definitely a different name. And obviously there's been times I'm like, that's wild, like, yeah, that was crazy, but you know what, I'm happy because like it's not like something like, I definitely think like we could be like anything, honestly. It could be like a DJ name, we could be like a pop name, no matter anything. So I like it at the end of the day, because it's definitely very like one of those things where people are like, why would you name yourself that? Or it's like they pronounce it like say. I get it. I get this too. They say like S8NT ELEKTRIC. They said Skaten. I don't know where they got the K, first of all. And they say S8NT ELEKTRIC. I get that too because it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, some people are just so upset that like we had it. We had someone like read a review and they were like so upset like that we named ourselves S8NT ELEKTRIC, and I was like, "But you're writing a review about us." I don't know.
People are weird.
Yeah,
that's the problem with the internet. Everyone has a voice.
Yeah.
Even if it's not needed.
Yeah.
But I feel like it matches your vibe. Like,
Thanks.
like how you guys look aesthetically,
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely didn't overthink it. So I'm like, I think we just, band names are just band names, they're just.
Yeah, and at least there's like the background to it. It's not like we just looked at a tree and we're like, green tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if I just saw the name, much like I did when I was sent you guys from Atom Splitter, I was like intrigued. So I was like, yeah, it works.
Great, then it works.
Cool.
And you guys don't feel like just a band. It feels like a full-on identity or a movement. Was that kind of intentional?
Go ahead. Wait.
100%. Yeah, that's like all like I was kind of mentioning earlier, like all of our favorite bands. One of the biggest bands we're inspired by is Ghost, and they're one of those bands that's like you can get lost in the world and you're in the lore and you're invested in like what's going on, or you just like the music, and that's cool too. But that's, I think, something that's important to us is world building and building a community and a movement that people can identify with.
Yeah, I definitely feel the whole off the edge thing. I mean, it came from us, like really us figuring out like who we really wanted to be, like, again, like what can we add to not like, rock music, but to the world and to the people that we love and, that we want to inspire. Because for us, for at least for me, I felt very like coming to LA, like, like all that glitters isn't gold. It's very true. Like you think like, oh my goodness, and I come here and I'm like, I fell for it, and like I was in like the wrong group of people, or like I was just kind of stringing along with people because I felt like I had to, and after a while I was like, I can't, like I want to be who I was. Like I missed the person that was outspoken and, not angry and just feeling like, and I feel like with the whole off the edge thing, it is definitely not just like our band's motto, but like it has tremendously helped me take care of myself personally a lot more, because I'm like, how can I tell people to live off the edge if I, like, at least the main singer, like the lead singer, is not doing that? So it's helped me, like, when I'm not feeling well, like, I'm like off the edge. like I like tell myself that, and like I tell myself, like, yeah, like for me it's like the Brianna in like 5 years from now, or like when I'm 80 years old, like what is she going to look back on, and like did she really do exactly what she said she was going to, not only for other people and trying to push them, but I think for, at least for me, like we're also individually, in order to take care of other people and to like be there for other people, like we are our main sole priority to take care of ourselves. And because of Off the Edge, I'm able to be a better friend, a better bandmate, a better family member, just better, because I've been able to live off the edge for myself, and then it just flows out and for other people. So yeah, I think, yeah, it's goes hand in hand, like in the band and in our personal lives. And I know that's for all of our other bandmates too as well. They all work really hard on themselves and train, work out, work their jobs like hours and hours, like they, you know, so do you too.
And as far as your sound goes, pop melodies, heavy riffs, was that always the kind of the vision, or did that kind of evolve into, you know, your current sound?
That kind of evolved, and you can actually hear it on the record too, because the album has some songs that were written like 3.5 years ago, and has some other songs that were written like 6 months ago. So you can kind of hear throughout the record, like anything that's more like classic rock, kind of down the middle, like rock stuff was written a long time ago. And our new stuff is really the more heavy, but also the more catchy kind of stuff, with the breakdowns and the, you know, the whole thing. So that is a newer development for sure. The first one that was kind of written with that gave me the idea for that direction was Catacombs, which was the first real like kind of heavier song that we've done. Because everything before that, it was like, I had like a mental limitation of like, we can't get too heavy, we can't do that. And then we did that song, I'm like, wait, this is really cool, like let's get heavier. And then it's just, now we just keep wanting to get heavier.
Yeah, like we're working already on our next single, like that's gonna come out probably like in 6 weeks, and it's, I think, like a prettier, heavier song. So I'm very excited about that.
Another single already.
Yeah.
Yep.
hard at work, you gotta, you know.
How do you guys feel? I mean, you guys are young, so you probably don't really, well, I'm sure you're familiar because you're in music, but what's it like living in a world where, you know, constant single releases every 6 weeks or whatever it is? And then how do you feel about that? Because I'm old school. I love the, you know, every 2 years, you know, a new album from your favorite artist, which kind of made it like almost like an event, right? The world we live in now is not made for that. Like you wait 2 years, you're going to disappear. People are going to forget about you.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the streaming and the new singles all the time because I feel like I get new music more often from my favorite artists. But I mean, what do you guys think about that and how the world operates in that sense?
You know, yeah, it's an interesting thing because as a consumer, I, you know, like I'm 23, so like when I was a kid, it was like you buy a song on iTunes. Like that's what I remember. I would like ask my dad, like, Dad, could you give me 10, like, can I buy this album for $10 or whatever? And then like the album would suck and I'll be like, oh dang it, now I have to ask my dad again for this other album. So there was that. There's those kind of limitations when I was a kid trying to discover music. And then Spotify came, and now I could listen to whatever I want. And I discovered a lot of cool music, and that like really shaped a lot of my taste. But at the same time, like now music is a free commodity that has basically zero value. So it kind of like, there's pros and cons. I think in general, our mentality with the way things are, there's definitely a lot more work you have to do. And I think it's very important now that artists like learn how to produce and make your own music for free, learn video, learn how to edit, learn how to make social media content that can go viral. It's very important that artists do that now, and it's a lot of work, and it kind of sucks sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, am I a video editor or am I a musician? Like what is going? But I will say, once you get through the sucky part of learning all that stuff, now like your career's in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just make whatever you want. You can release it. You can promote it well, and even like a decent label won't be able to do that for you. It's like, so yeah, there's pros and cons, but we've kind of learned to accept it and make the best of it. And
yeah, it was like kind of hard at first, not gonna lie. Like doing like, well, just learning how to edit at least.
Yeah.
I mean, at least on him doing the mixing and all that stuff, that's a whole other thing. Like I'll see him and I'm like, I don't have the patience. Like thank goodness that he's doing it because I couldn't do that. But with like doing it, I like the singles and stuff at the beginning, because it's like for us also to a part of our world, like the content isn't just us singing and like in a garage or anything, which is fine too. Everyone has their brand, but for us it's like doing these adventurous things and connecting with people and then making these connections and stuff. So the more that we have done it the past year, because we really started this Off the Edge thing last year when we released Tar, the easier it has gotten in the sense of like directing things and getting things together and people trusting us or seeing our page and seeing like how things that we've done. And so it's gotten easier. I mean, we still have a long way to go. I feel like it's like the building foundation, even just learning like editing, doing the singles, this and this. But I don't know. Yeah. Like it kind of depends on how you see it. I mean, things are always, you can't like stay stuck in the past, unfortunately, because like it just, people just move on, like you can, but I think you just have to be positive about it, and that's what we've learned, and just kind of roll with it and do the things that make you happy. Like obviously don't push yourself, but also like at least whatever brand you are, whatever you're trying to promote, whatever music, like you need to stay with it, but do it in your own terms too.
Yeah, like what you said, Nico, you kind of have it. You're if you had a label doing that, like you probably lose a little bit of your personal touch too. So like you said that you have control, which is the fact that you're able to do it is a wonderful thing. I do my thumbnails for like to promote this, and I use Canva very poorly. And I'm old. I'm married, 2 kids, full-time job. Not that there are excuses, but I mean, right now I'm doing baseball practice. I coach baseball 2-3 days a week. It's a lot for me to try and navigate. And I'm old. Again, I'll say it. I'm old. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks sometimes. But so it's cool that you're able to, realize, hey, like we have to figure this out. This is going to help us move forward. And Brie, like you said, like once you do that, it just kind of, able to move more smoothly and kind of, advance too. So good for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the new album, Off the Edge. It's out, like we said before. I mean, how does it feel? It's finally out. You said you started writing this 2 years ago. It's out in the wild. How does it feel? How has the reception been? All that kind of stuff.
Feels good. Honestly, it's like we've heard these songs so many times now. We've played them, so it feels like it's been out.
Right.
So it's a weird feeling to hear people like, "Oh, the song is great," and like they've they've never heard it before, which is weird. So yeah, it feels good. The reception has been great, and I'm really happy about it. Obviously, we're still a growing band, so it's not like we didn't have any expectations. Like, yeah, we're gonna get the Grammy on this one. Like, we're just like happy that people are just DMing us like, hey, I listened to it and I really love this song. I love this other song, and this record helped me with this or whatever. That's like reward enough for us.
Yeah,
honestly.
It's been really awesome. Honestly, I don't think it's like, I didn't even think about the perspective of like, I guess to me when people are like, oh, it's great or this and this, I'm like, thank you. But it's like, because I've heard it so many times and I love it. Like, I'm so proud of this. This is like, I mean, it's my first band and it's like my first album. Like, I'm so grateful for this big opportunity just to do this, and so I don't think, like I had said earlier too, when I talked to someone, I was like, I don't think I fully like realized all the time that I put into this. It hasn't like really hit me yet. Cause like still, I mean, like we're still like yesterday we were recording new music. Like it's just always going and going. But yeah, it's been a journey. And I'm very happy about it. I'm happy with everyone's response.
Good. Good. I can't. I don't know what it's like to like have this piece of work that I talk about this a lot too. That you spend so much time with, and then it's no longer just yours. It's everyone's. And it's like probably a weird feeling. It's like probably sending a kid off to college, right? It's like okay, like we'll see. I hope you're a good person. I hope people like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah, because almost everyone we talk to, or like when we see like reviews on it, everyone taking it like a completely different way and says it's a different genre, or says it's, some people hate it, some people think it's okay, some people we've seen a lot of good reviews too, but it's so funny when how different you view the work when you make it versus how other people do. Or like everyone views it completely different. They compare it to different things. And so that's been really, really cool and interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the coolest thing about music is just how one person can hear the same exact song and think that it means something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so powerful. And it's cool too how, you always hear about music, saving people's lives, right? Like I heard this song or, when I was about to, call it a day. I'll leave it at that instead of using the bad word. And how it saved them. And it's like, that's so crazy to think about, like, how powerful it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. I think people just, at the end of the day, like I think that's the coolest thing about music. You hear a lyric or whatever, and you just feel like, they understand you or they get it. I think that's like the magic of music.
Yeah. Is there a song on this album that kind of is the most personal to you guys?
I like How to Feel. I mean, it's like our most recent, like that's, I feel like who we are, like the sound, and I mean, Piece of Myself too. Like those are like more who we are. But I like How to Feel because I like how it's kind of like a ride when you listen to it. And it has like different kind of like genres mixed into it. And it kind of gets like who we are as a band of all us five. So I love all the lyrics too. And I feel like, they can mean something to me, that were written, or they can mean something to somebody else. But I definitely listen to that song a lot. I listen to our album a lot. I'm very proud of it. So, but that song I do listen to like when I run or I'm in my car, and I'm like can't believe like we did this. Like this is me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like that one definitely.
Yeah.
You?
I think the most, I guess, all the songs are very personal, to be honest. They're all like they all have their own little story attached to them. But Mirror Image, that song was wrote it about our relationship and stuff. So that song is very personal to me. And I felt like when I wrote it, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly how I feel about us, because we're almost like opposite in the same way, like a mirror image in a way. So that's like, it just kind of came out in like 30 minutes, and I was just really, it's very simple, but just like really expressed how I felt about, our time together. And yeah.
Beautiful. I love love. I do. And, hearing that just makes me like really happy. I do MC some weddings here and there.
Oh, cool.
And I always say like, I just love, I mean, like that moment of that, like that day, no matter what happens, 6 months, a year down the road, they get divorced or whatever it might be. Hopefully they're happily ever after. But I mean, at least that day is just like the happiest they'll be.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for you guys. Yeah. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's say, and I don't know if you did it this way, because this is also sometimes a lost art. When you laid out the tracks on the album, does it kind of flow from start to finish?
Yeah, we're pretty intentional about the track list for sure. Yeah, we definitely wanted it to. We modeled it about how we do it live, which live it's like we want there to be flow to it, and kind of a variety as you go through it. So the first two songs, Off the Edge, is like an instrumental kind of like epic, like you're starting this kind of journey, and it goes to Catacombs, which is this kind of like dark, heavy song. It's kind of like you're at the beginning, and it's hard and it's tough, and you just kind of go through the ups and downs, and by the end it's like just kind of a joyous light at the end of the tunnel kind of hard rock moment. And that's kind of that was intentional for sure.
Good. I'm still a big fan of that too. I like when people kind of are cognizant of that and kind of do it on purpose, because it doesn't happen all the time now.
Yeah,
it's true. It seems like people kind of just throw a bunch of singles on there and just kind of call it a day. Yeah.
And what do you hope fans feel after hearing Off the Edge for the first time?
I think for me, I'm a very emotional person, but I'm very strong and like crazy and stuff. So definitely, but for that, like I wrote it in that way to be able to feel everything. I think that's what I really would like. Someone is like, after listening to the album, to feel good, to feel all their sad or bad emotions, to feel maybe anything that's been suppressing them, because we're all, our whole motto and like mantra is like living off the edge. And I mean, a part of that is like not being afraid to express who you are, even not just like not going to like just do these crazy things, but like finally breaking down and crying if you haven't cried in like 10 years, like you need a release. And I guess that's what I'd like for people to have, like a good release of emotions to, set them on track to like what they've been wanting to do or what they need to do in like a good way,
Yeah, I'd say hopeful. I think right now there's like a lot of cynicism and a lot of like, negativity and like being pessimistic about the future, which is valid. There's a lot of crazy things happening, but I like to believe that things have a way of working themselves out. And, I think I just want people to finish this album and be like, it's gonna be okay. Like we're gonna do this. Like I have this music is backing me up. Like there's other people out there like me, like going through these same things, and if they can do it, so can I.
Yeah, we have to live like that, right? I mean, if we didn't, it's easy to feel like the sky is falling. And, So let's talk about your videos. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's truck surfing, a fire, like, and I think that was for Off the Edge, right? That kind of wild, just trucks racing around. And I think Bree, you're on top of the hood. Let's talk about just the process and why all those things are important, and kind of what they mean to you.
So, I mean, it really didn't start. Well, you know what? The first Off the Edge like video that we did do was Mirror Image, and that was in a more artsy tone, because we do artsy stuff, but we also do like these high, like sporty, adrenaline things. But yeah, we had recorded Mirror Image honestly like 2 years ago, the video, and we had waited. Sorry, my dog is right here, so she called.
It's okay. I had my cat over here before too, so
and so
work from home.
And so we did that one with this really awesome guy named Wally. He's like a really cool like artist and does these really insane videos. And I think like we saw that and we're pretty inspired. Like, you know what? Like he's pretty out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of symbolizes like the off. That's just like a slowly trying to figure us out. So that one started. It's like on our social media somewhere. We're still meaning to put like actually the music video is out. Duh. Sorry, we've done a couple of those mirror videos, so I'm getting confused. Yeah, the music video is out for that, and that one was definitely an off the edge moment. Of, like we like climbed and went on this huge hike to this waterfall, and then like we just had our underwear on, and then we put these mirrors all over ourselves, and then we were in the freezing cold of the water. It was just an adventure in itself, right? And I think that's what kind of started the trajectory of like thinking like what's outside of the box and what's pushing our limits and like the barriers of being really out there, but also where we're enjoying it. It's not just because like we want to be crazy, but we want to feel something more. And then we went skydiving, which I always wanted to do, and that's for XTC, and we ended up doing that. So that was really fun. I definitely do it again. And then
it was Tar, yeah, where we our drummer's from New Mexico, and he has a lot of friends in the race community and drift community over there. So we organized a video where we'll have like the drift, like his drift buddies just like circling us while we play. And that was kind of the first thing in like the motorsports community that we did. So we did that video. To be honest, we had a vision of it and it didn't like fully hit that. And we were a little bummed for a second, but we still put it out. And then the video like did really well, actually. Like the video got shared a lot by like what felt like the entire motorsport community. Like what ended up happening was like Jeff Jones, who's a Formula Drift driver, hit us up to play his festival. And then, we had a couple motocross people find us from there. So then we kind of got it into that community. And it was pretty thrilling doing that video in the first place. Like just the feeling of playing and having them like circle you like a couple feet from your feet was really cool. And that kind of gave us a lot of ideas like for what our music could be the soundtrack to, and like how we want people to experience our music. And it kind of opened some doors. So we started doing different videos like that. We were definitely like thinking in a lot of like motorsport kind of terms, and it's been really fun. It's been really exciting, and definitely has been really has really helped the band grow.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're good.
She wanted to
You're
join. But I think on top of that too, like after we did so we do interviews with people too, like when we do them. And the point of it is as well as like a lot of these people that we're working with, they live off the edge. Like they are doing things that make them happy in their own thing. I didn't know much about the drift car community until, we got into it, and now I know more about cars, and I'm not a car person at all. And now I know things, and I think it's so cool, and with the fire people, our next thing is going to be, what is it? Motocross, doing crazy things around us, the fire, climbing this huge mountain, like just all these different things. And every person that we've worked with, or at least has helped us, it's like they're exactly who we want to show off as well while doing this music. So it's like a platform for them, but also it's like a platform for us. And like because of that, like we've been able to create this world, and that's like the point of it. It's like we want to like live off the edge and stuff, but we've seen it, like it's kind of evolved, to like now we have all these like, we have this guy named Chicken Joe. He's like a growing really big motocross guy, like super sick, and he DM'd us because of the drift car video went kind of viral on Instagram. He's like, I want to do a video with you guys, just straight up. And we're like, whoa, like, that's crazy. And so because of that, it's helped us get more cred when we reach out to people, because they're like, oh, like this is so fun, I get to be a part of a music video, so it's like a win-win, do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's only up from here. Like we have so many people that we've been like hitting up or talking to work with, and that's the point of it too. It's like, yeah, it's about our music and the motto, but it's also like showcasing these people live off the edge as well. Because
a lot of these people are also like, there's not a lot of money in these things. It's very much like music or whatever. Like these people are literally just doing it for the love of the game. They love it so much, and it makes them feel alive. And I think Bria and I, we totally relate to that. Mm-hmm. And I think, it's about showcasing their talent and their skill and just doing something fun together.
Isn't that cool too? How like this one thing leads to this and leads to that.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the craziest moment filming Off the Edge?
What's your craziest moment?
Oh, my craziest moment. So we did a full live album performance, which is that video that you saw with Off the Edge, where like Bree's on the car and she's going through the different things. That it's for that. That's not out yet, but that's gonna come out sometime in mid-April. But playing that like intro song and looking out and seeing like motocross dudes like jump over things, and there's like drift cars and there's like fire people, like it was really, I had a moment there. I'm like, this is some movie shit. Like this is really cool. Like it was really, really special moment. that I had, and that was like 2 weeks ago. That was really awesome.
Yeah, he was setting up everything on like this stage that we made a stage. I was directing it and performing, so it was very chaotic. I ain't gonna lie. But I think for me, I think one of the most, I would say, I guess, like magical moments, special moments was, it was more of like for a video for Instagram, and we're meaning to put this up, but it's for Mirror Image too, and it has mirrors too. But it's me, him, and my friend Salam, and she has a drone, and there's this place called Vasquez Rocks here in California. If you search it up, like I climbed that specific rock, and I didn't even realize I did. Anyways, I climbed this rock by myself, super high. If I trip, I would die. And I went up there, and that was the first time I was actually like pretty nervous, because I like shut my brain off when I do these things. Like, I know it sounds scary, but like I don't just be like dumb about it, but like I really just get into a place of like, you're gonna be safe, you're gonna be okay, just go for it. I just really hyper focus on it. This one, it was like, I don't even know how many feet it was up. It was there. I don't even know. It was like a really long way. And so I sat there for about like 20 minutes on the top, talked to people, talking to me, because I had this outfit that I made, like this leotard that I do wear like in performances on stage, with all these like mirrors, same mirrors from the Mirror Image music video. Actually, I just put them on clothes. And yeah, I was up there by myself and miming Mirror Image, and it was pretty crazy. It was definitely, I guess, the best way, like a euphoric feeling, because like I was so high in the sky. It was such a beautiful day, like where it's like cold but also like sunny, and like Mirror Image was blasting in these like basically look like canyon rocks, you know what I mean? And I don't know, like just a rush of this like appreciation, and a rush of like, man, girl, you're crazy. Like this like feeling of like, I don't know, like what a superhero would feel like, or like, that's exactly how I felt. And it was very scary. Like that was one of the first times that I was like, oh my God, like this is scary. Everything else, like I try to go into like, yeah, I get nervous or whatever, but that one was like a lot. But it came out really, really pretty, and I'm very happy with that one.
I was going to ask you too, was there anything you ever did that, you were like, this might be a bad idea? Is that kind of it?
Honestly, like I've never said, oh, this might be a bad idea, but I was just like, I could, which is probably even worse. It's like, I could die.
Yeah.
Like if there's, I actually, yeah, it's a way worse, but I just don't like think about it. Like I always like tell my friends, like when they come, I'm like, they'll be like, be careful. I'm like, do not say that. Don't say be careful. Cause it's like, I know, but if I think about be careful, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, be careful. Like I'm just gonna like start over like analyzing it. For me, it's just like, I just pretend, I just tell myself, you're not gonna get hurt. You're going to be fine. Trust yourself 110% and you'll be okay. And, yeah, I've only gotten hurt over like the most like artsy fartsy ones, actually. Like the Mirror Image, the Mirror Image music video, we were supposed to film it one day, but both of our dads were like, don't use real mirrors. You're going to get hurt. And we're like, we got real mirrors. And then we were outside and in front of our garage, and we we're like cutting them. And I swear, I was like, and thank goodness we have a video of this. I was like, isn't it so funny that our dads literally said, be careful? And I, like you probably, where is it? You probably can't see like that thing right there, like on my wrist. Yeah, the mirror sliced open my wrist. All this yellow gushy stuff came out, all this blood. We immediately left. Whatever. We went to the emergency room. I was like, don't tell your, because we were at his parents' house. Like, don't tell your parents. I was like, they're gonna get so mad at us. And then whatever. And then we're at the emergency room. And then I like texted us, why did you leave all the stuff? Like all the dogs, you can get hurt. Like they were mad. And then we're like, we're at the emergency room. We're like, oh my goodness. Like obviously it's like, are you okay? Whatever. Turns out, yeah, there's a thing called plexiglass. We didn't know that. So in the Mirror Image music video, it's plexiglass. And that's the same plexiglass I use on my Mirror Image outfit. So, and I also dulled them down with like a nail spear thing. Yeah, you live and you learn. And then we did this other video. We do like some small, like, content, fun, artsy videos just for Instagram. And one of them was like a spin the wheel. So we all have our own colors in our band. Pink, red, other one's yellow, purple, and green. And they all actually have all the same hair colors. It just worked out. We didn't have to force anybody to dye their hair like that before. It's pretty cool. But anyways, so what I see a lot of bands like where they like the music just starts at one instrument at a time. And I thought in my head, I was like, let's make a spin the wheel in our colors, kind of like a game show.
Mm-hmm.
So I went somewhere and I painted this huge, with the help of my friends, like spin wheel. And then like he like drilled in an actual arrow that you could spin. And it was very big and it was very fun. And I hurt myself by painting furiously. I was like furiously painting to make sure we got it on time. And I got like this insane blister. And I was like, I'm not mad that these are obviously like, I'm not breaking a leg, but like, what are the odds? Like the most artsy, simple things are the ones that I get hurt with. So
yeah, you're safe climbing, but just don't do anything, artsy.
Yeah. Do something crazy, not artsy.
That's so good. Yeah, the videos are awesome.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
We put a lot of time and effort into them.
Yeah, you can tell.
Thanks.
As far as touring goes, talk a little bit about that part of your lives. I feel like you've done some pretty extensive touring and probably seen things that a normal 23-year-old wouldn't have, per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, we've been the past like 3 years, we've been to Europe like pretty consistently to tour. Nothing like crazy long or anything like that. But yeah, it's been really cool. It's like to see all these places. I love touring. Some people have there's a lot of people with mixed feelings about it. It's tiring, but it's
you gotta do it now.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and obviously, yeah, these are like the time we have the least responsibilities anyway. So, but yeah, I love it. We definitely have seen a lot of, it's like every day is like a whole different story you leave with, it's like you're seeing things and, you're almost missing flights and shows and trying to get on a train and this dragging your gear through like little cobblestone roads all the way through Europe. And it's like, you're like, just want to go home, but then you have a great night or whatever. So, we haven't had like huge tastes of it yet, but I want to because I love it.
Yeah. And I think for us too, like, we're very fortunate to get those opportunities in the past, but I don't really think that we were ready for it. But I'm really happy that we got those and I'm grateful because like not a lot of bands in their first years get those opportunities. But I think now, because we know ourselves and we know our brand and we know our message, I feel like, we're ready. I feel like we're more ready and like we know what we're trying. We can put on a good show, and like we're very proud of it. And I'm very grateful for all that because it's given me the understanding, like what it takes and what what sacrifices are required. And it also helped me realize what kind of band I want to be. And, yeah. But yeah, I mean, this year we've gotten some opportunities and stuff. We're like kind of like thinking about it, but we've been doing a lot of social media content and it's been helping us do these really cool shows. Like we've got our album on this like super cool like reality TV show with the people who do American Ninja Warrior. They did this drift reality TV show with Jeff Jones, and then we got to open up for this artist named Gina. She found us on Instagram through Instagram through our videos, and so it's like I don't know, like it's also such an interesting thing because like now things have changed. Like you would go on tour, just go play at the local whatever, and like you could just grow, and people are always there. But now like at least where we are and stuff, like it just varies, or it depends on what kind of genre is really dominated in those areas that you live in. And for us, we've realized through social media, the more we work on it, the more we work on our brand. Like we're not a band, like we want to be a brand, a lifestyle. The more opportunities we've gotten and actually been able to connect with people, brands and up and coming bands as well. And yeah, like we want to tour, we'd love that, but also we want to be financially smart too and know what is best for us. And it's like, what, that $800 ticket to go somewhere to maybe play like, 2 weeks of shows, well, that $800 could make us a video that goes super big and it's super creative. And then we get this bigger opportunity that's paid for,
Right.
We don't have to pay for it, so it's like, I've come to that, all of us as 5, we've talked about it. And I'm very happy that we've considered that idea too, because touring is fun, but it's also like you want to tour knowing you're either going to for sure like at least break even or at least make something coming back, as well.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very expensive. Yeah.
Very expensive. Yeah. Man. Well, when everything gets kind of hard, touring, pressure, expectations, what keeps you going?
Go ahead.
My family, my my family keeps me going because I've sacrificed like so many, and it sounds like I don't want to be like I sacrificed, but it's like I came over here for love, and then I was very blessed and grateful to then find myself and find my people, find my friends, and find what I ultimately want to do with my life. But with that, you know, it comes with a lot of sacrificing. I don't get to see my family a lot. I'm excited to get to see them next week for Easter. We're going to go to Texas next week, but I mean, I've maybe sometimes seen my family like once a year, twice a year, maybe like in the 5-6 years I've lived here, like maybe like 10, 12 times, and it sucks, but I'm so grateful because they cheer me on and they like support me and they're so proud of me. And like my dad's like, you need to do this, like don't live with regrets. And like I'm very grateful for that. So I do it for my family, and like my family's been very big supporter since I was like a little girl. And I would like to take care of I have a very big family, but I'd love to like do things for them like they do for me. And I know it might sound crazy because it's like people think that music is not like a money making thing, but like I don't know, I feel like I've done things that seem impossible, and I feel like not even just in music, but creating this brand and lifestyle, like I know I could take care of my family, and that's what keeps me going even on the hardest of days. Like I work at a boxing gym, which I love, but I'm so tired, like coming home and recording and doing all this. But then I crash out and I cry and I'm like, what? Like it's just so much. But like I'm seeing like, especially this past like 6 months, like the flowers really blooming in our garden. And it's, for the first time, so I'd be like, is this worth it? Is this worth it? I'm like, for the first time, I'm like, this is so worth it. This is so worth it. All the pain is like the struggles and the cries and the missing and this and this. I do it for my family and like people to like, my sister, she's a really good dancer. My sister is is like 18, 20, 19. I don't know. I have like 3 sisters and they all want to do things and I want to like help them. I want to help them like achieve their dreams, So yeah, it's for me, I think about my family and I think it's like all the time that I missed out on and how like kind of like shitty would it be if I just gave up and then I just wasted all those years that like people passed away in my family that I was really close to, that I sacrificed all this time, and it's like, for what then, So that's what I think about. It's hard though, but yeah.
It's cool your parents are that supportive because especially with music, right? Like, a lot of parents would be like, oh, play it safe and this is not a guarantee or whatever they might say. Especially with, a father with her little girl, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say for me, definitely part of it is my family for sure. Like they've definitely believed in me since I started playing, and I definitely want to make them proud. I also want to prove to myself that this is I've always kind of thought like if other people can do it, I can figure this out. Like there's got to be some way to do this, and I think what I'm realizing now is like there's no shortcuts and there wasn't any shortcuts, and it was kind of like it's just this hard sometimes, and that's fine. And like I just love music so much, and I don't want to let myself down. I think that's definitely part of it. I love all my bandmates so much, and like there's definitely times I'm like, I don't want to edit this video, I don't want to mix this thing, I'm tired of all this like grinding, especially because there's no like definitive outcome. It's not like, oh, I know if I post a reel every day this will happen. It's like, no, you don't know. It's like you just choose how many times you'd like to enter the raffle, really. And whoever enters the raffle the most times will probably win. And I think honestly, just knowing that like my bandmates depend on me, my singer and my and my girlfriend depends on me, and eventually like I want to have a family. I want to do that stuff too, and I don't want to do it like super late, because obviously there's a time limit on certain things like that. So like it needs to happen. It needs to happen now, and I need to get it done. So yeah.
I love that raffle analogy. I really do.
Yeah.
So that's like perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wish you both the best and your bandmates. One more question, we'll wrap things up. If someone's listening right now and they feel stuck, what would you tell them about living off the edge?
First of all, I will say we actually have a song that starts with the lyric "If you're stuck," and it's called "Under That Smile." So I'd say listen to that.
Yeah.
But you know, you go ahead.
Oh,
You
okay.
seem like you were gonna say something.
Well, I think like if someone was like really stuck and feeling way, I would say just like you really think about times are hard. I deal with mental health. I really do, and I really struggle really bad with that. And living off the edge and this whole like mantra has really helped me become a better person for myself. And I would say like really think about the person, like the 80-year-old person. That's what I tell myself now. Like, what is the 80-year-old person going to want to see or want to expect? Like if you do something to yourself or you hurt yourself, like you're not here, you're not going to be able to like look back on life. Like we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to like, stray away from people. We're all going to always change and evolve. And that is okay as long as that yourself. And, I think like, I mean, I'm still like learning about myself every day, but as long as you're like learning and willing to take care of yourself every day for yourself, you'll be okay. Not every day is like a good day. Oh my God, I'm gonna sound like Pitbull right now. He says that there, not every day is a good day. Like yes. Anyways, went from all dramatic to like all silly. But anyways, yeah, like I feel like like not every day is a good day, but that doesn't last forever. And the song Under That Smile, I think is definitely like a very good song to listen to. It's like you can cry now, like the tunnel. I think like it's like, like release whatever you need to release, like cry it out, do whatever you got to do. And like the next day is a brand new day to start again. And yeah, that's what I would say. It's like mountains. I have this amazing kickbox jiu-jitsu teacher. I do kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, and his name's Gabe Kaiju MMA Fitness, and he knows us very well. He'd be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm great." He's like, "Get in the hall. Like, are you okay?" And I told him I'm not feeling well, and he's been through a lot. He's such an inspirational guy, and he was like saying like, have you heard about like the mountains and valleys, term? I'm like, no. And he was like, in life, like there's always going to be mountains and valleys, and like, we're always aiming for the top. And when we get there, it's great. It's so great. We're feeling so good, so good. But we can't stay at the top forever. Like we need to eat. Like we need to experience stuff. Like we have to go. So yeah, like going down to the valley, it might take a day. It might take 2 years. It might take a month. But you're destined to go to the next mountain because you have to go to the next mountain. Like there's no way. Like the pace might be different depending on the circumstance, but you're always going to be going up and down. And I think when you realize that you're always going to be going up and down, you're going to be able to give yourself more grace on the times when you feel like you're stuck. And, you're not going to be stuck in the valley anymore, be at the mountain sometime. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think I something I've been telling myself, because, yeah, honestly, like not like quite recently, I've had feelings of that, of feeling stuck, or like is any of this enough or whatever. And what I usually end up telling myself is that, like all these people whose life changed, like when they finally did it, or that one day, it's one day away. Like something, as long as you just keep going forward, like your life completely changing is one day away. Like one day it's not going to be like that anymore. And as long as you do the right things, of course, but that kind of keeps me on the course of like, okay, I just got to keep going. And, I just have to focus on the process, and one day, this thing that is bothering me, or the fact that I am so tired because I got to work like these jobs and then also do all this stuff with the band or whatever it is, or I don't have enough money to do this and this, that will change. And I will wish I am where I am now. which
Mhm.
is 23 and like with this big dream and whatever. I'll wish I'm back in this spot. So like there's definitely things to appreciate about the age I'm at. Like I'm alive, and maybe when I do make it and I get the money and I get the whatever thing that I want, the success, and we're touring, like maybe I don't have someone I love in my family anymore. Or, you know, there's always something to appreciate about this moment.
Yeah. I always say it only takes one. And it could be the one person hearing the one song, or a video that you share that goes viral that leads to whatever. It only takes one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So, well, thank you both so much for your time. I wish you all the luck with the band and your families, each other, the album, all that. I really did enjoy this conversation, and I'm thankful for your time.
Thank you.
Same here,
Dude,
Popko.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, best of luck with everything. I'll be sure to follow you. I think I already am, but I'll keep tabs from afar
Awesome.
on the future of the band,
Thank
S8NT
you.
Electric. So
Yeah.
thank you again.
Thank
Alright.
you. Have
Alright.
a good night.
Take care.
Good night. You too.